I am very, very religious. I believe in God straight up. Like, I'm a Christian, I must say, like, absolutely. Mm-hmm. But at that time, none of it made sense to me.
And then how did you find Black Star album?
Thank you for bringing up Black Star. I'm gonna be honest about my life and my story. Like, we used to flock, man. We used to rob houses. We used to steal. Like, we used to do all things wrong because we didn't have. So I'll break down the whole thing.
Yeah.
My first round of equipment came from, God forgive me, school. I'm sorry. I'm gonna give back. I'm gonna give back. My manager texted me like, "Wow, Sean really wants to sign you, bro." He's like, "We'll see what happens." I kid you not, I signed to 88rising like a month later.
Hi, this is Lauren Engel. Today I'm with August 08.
Hey.
So you were born in LA?
Born and raised.
Yeah. Your parents from here as well, or?
Yeah, my parents are from here. They're both from Compton.
Oh.
Yeah. My mom's from the east side. My dad's from the west side.
And what did they do?
What do they do?
Yeah.
My mom's a nurse and my dad works in radiology.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where do you think you got your creative side from?
Definitely my mom's side.
Yeah.
My mom's side is it's a lot of musicians.
Oh.
And like a lot of musicians and artists, like painters and shit.
Nice.
Like my sister can draw really well.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't really use it, but you know,
yeah.
She's fire though.
She's fire. What kind of music was played in the house when you were growing up?
Wasn't.
Not at all.
No.
Wow.
The music I remember hearing has always been radio stuff. Like what's popping, like all the early 2000s joints, like, but it was always from the radio or like going to another family member's house. But like, there was no ever any music playing in my house. We didn't even have a stereo.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that wasn't a vibe. I don't think it was on purpose. It just wasn't inclusive, you know?
And you weren't really close to your dad when you were growing up?
Nah.
Yeah.
Only thing me and my dad shared when I was growing up is like sports. Like I played a lot of sports when I was younger.
Oh.
Yeah.
What type?
Played baseball, a lot of football, a lot of baseball, a lot of football.
Mm-hmm.
We were good at both. We were really good at both.
Yeah.
Like all my homies, like we all played basketball, football, and baseball. I've always been terrible at basketball, but I'm like competitive as hell.
Yeah.
So can't nobody challenge me at anything. If anyone ever wants to challenge me at anything, I'm going to take it on. Like seriously.
I love that. How else would you describe yourself back then growing up?
Curious.
Mm-hmm.
Because I always just wanted to do things that everybody else wasn't doing. And scared, you know what I'm saying? Like young. And creative, but not knowing how to make it an outlet. Mm-hmm. So I would like take shit apart, like put it back together, like make shit out of other things. Like I used to go to there was this flea market by my house. I used to go to the flea market and get like old VCRs and take them apart and try to build things.
Oh wow.
And like I used to make all kind of crazy stuff out of those things.
Yeah.
It was my wave. It was, the flea market, like, no one can ever tell me about flea market or thrifting. Because that's what I grew up doing. Like, that was my thing.
And you sold your, like, creations?
Oh, yeah. Did I sell them?
Yeah.
No. Nah. That's all it was. That shit was just junk.
But you did drums and guitar, right? When you were, like, 16?
Yeah. Well, I started playing drums when I was, like, 3 or 4 years old.
Oh.
My mom didn't really know much about music, but early on she like was like, you're creative, and like I kind of took a knack for it, like like I was into it really early, so she got me like this little drum pad thing, and then when I turned like 8 or 9, my auntie Joyce and my uncle Starks.
Shout out.
Shout out my auntie Joyce and my uncle Starks. They got me this drum pad that had the 4 things on it. And it was electric. And I used to play It was this drum thing. I don't know what I don't know remember what it was called, but at my church, I literally like played it every Sunday for like 5 years.
Oh wow.
I was the drummer of the church with that. But then when I turned 10 years old, my mom took me to the music store for my birthday. She was just like, yo, get in the car. We hopped in the whip. I didn't know what was going down. She took me to this music store called Bellflower Music. And I was like, holy shit, what's about to go down? She bought me this Ludwig drum kit. That was $500, all black. It was fire. That's how I started playing the drums seriously. She got me that drum set and everything just kind of fell into place, you know?
Was like church and a religion a big part of your life if you went that much?
It was for them, it wasn't for me. I would say, because I never understood none of that. And not because I'm very, very religious. I believe in God straight up. Like, I'm a Christian, I must say, like, absolutely. But at that time, none of it made sense to me. I was just like, why are we doing this? Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? It all seemed like very fake to me. Like, come on, fam. Like, every Sunday you shouting. like, nah.
Oh my God.
I'm being like really honest right now too.
So did you just read the Bible in your own time, or like how did you connect in your own way?
My own time when I was about probably 18. I was going through a lot. And I dug into a lot of religions. I dug into Christianity. All the religions you could dig into and get off of Google, I dug into, and I found myself back at Christianity and that belief, and the beliefs of what a Christian would believe in, you know. Especially because I was like sick at the time. Oh. I had fractured my jaw from playing basketball with my homies. And I had like vertigo. It was pretty crazy. It was like a crazy time for me. And like that just like led me to believing in God, and it like worked, you know what I'm saying? I prayed to God like, get me out of this. And I was brought out of it, you know? Yeah. It's wild.
Wow. Wait, let's turn back because that road's noisy. Wait, can you stand on this side? Okay. Were you into school?
Huh? What'd you say?
Were you into school?
Was I into school?
Yeah. Do you like school?
No. I wanted no parts of school. I have like an authority problem. I have the worst authority problem. Like, I was a kid at school that got in trouble every day. Was always a class, like, I wasn't a class clown, but I was always the one, like, figuring out a way to bother each teacher. Every time. I was always the bad guy.
And then how did you find Black Star album?
Thank you for bringing up Black Star. Black Star is a legendary album. I found Black Star album. So my homie Channel Trace, shout out Channel Trace, my brother, grew up together. I've known him since I was 11 years old. He sent me a link when I was probably like 17 of this song by Dwele called Open Your Eyes. I think it's like, I don't know who had the song first, Common or Dwele, I don't know. But it's fire, it's called Open Your Eyes. And that led me to like digging into like neo soul music. And from there, like I was listening to Raheem Devon, listening to a lot of soul music, and that's when I found Black Star, which had already been out for like mad long, like hella years. And I just like fell in love with that album. And Talib and Mos Def just did something nuts on there. And shout out to Big Vaughn. There's this radio DJ named Big Vaughn in the Bay who I just sat down with, and he was telling me how he was a part of the whole process with them. How you doing? And the whole making of Black Star. which is really sick.
Yeah.
Because that album changed my life.
What age did you actually start like putting out your own music?
So I was in this group called I was in this group called Planet 51, which is very, very rare.
What, the stuff is online?
Oh fuck.
Hello,
okay, I curse on here?
Yeah.
Yo, if you go on MySpace and you look up Planet 51,
MySpace.
you'll find it. I was in a group called Planet 51. It was my boy, this rapper named Forrest. He's really, really dope. He's hella popping now. And this other guy, other rapper named Get It, great friend of mine. We were Planet 51, and I was the producer, and I would sing what they wrote. So that was like first group I was in.
Yeah.
First shot at music, first music we put out.
Was this during high school? Like. Yeah.
During high school, because I was a producer in high school. I didn't write, but I sung.
Oh.
Yeah. When I first started writing, I was in a group called the L7s with my homie Alan. Winter, his name was Winter.
What do you mean by you became a man in Lynwood?
A what?
A man in Lynwood.
A man in Lynwood. Oh, that's where it got real, man. Like, as you know, Channel Trace, he reps Lynwood too. So Lynwood is a place where it's like, it's the hood, but nobody knows about it. And like, that's where, I'm gonna be honest about my life and my story. That's where, it's some hood shit going down out here right now. I'm gonna be honest about my life and my story. Like, we used to flock, man. We used to rob houses. We used to steal. Like, we used to do all things wrong because we didn't have. And we had to figure it out. So that's why I became a man. We were sleeping we had to, you know what I'm saying? My aunt's house was kind of crowded, so we had to sleep in the garage.
Oh, wow.
So, you know what I'm saying? So
she was aware of what's going on?
No way.
No way.
No way. We wanted more, and if there wasn't always enough, so I had to figure it out. That's why I became a man.
And this was after high school, or?
This was some of high school. This was some like after too.
Oh.
It started in high school when we really had to start figuring it out.
Yeah. Was it conflicting then? Because you're already a Christian at that point, right?
No.
Oh, you weren't?
By my family standards, yes. But by myself, no.
Right.
I didn't really start believing in God until I was like 18, 19, like I told you. And at that time, it was just like, well, either we gonna do this or we gonna be hungry, you know? So that's what it was. That's why I became a man in Lynwood. I had to either figure it out or I was gonna be hungry.
And then what happened after high school?
After high school, I attempted college. Tried that out for a second. I'm not gonna say what college I went to.
Can you say what major you were gonna be?
Ecomusicology.
Oh.
I tried that on for a size. It wasn't working, so I stayed in college. Wasn't working. Then I started working for the post office, and which is a great career in the American black family. You work at the post office, you're lit.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I was making $22 an hour.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, and that was like, kids weren't getting that.
Yeah.
It's like I was young, so kids weren't getting that, and that turned into a beautiful situation, like balling. You know what I'm saying? I could buy the fresh clothes. Like, this is back when I cared about that kind of stuff. Buy the fresh clothes, got a car, you know? That led to me getting like a music situation. From like being, like having money, like being able to buy equipment and shit.
Oh, so you saved up for like studio time, or? Yeah.
For studio equipment, so I'll break down the whole thing.
Yeah.
My first round of equipment came from, God forgive me, school. I'm sorry. I'm gonna give back. I'm gonna give back. So, my school had brand new instruments, and they were getting new instruments like every 3 years.
Oh wow.
So they had these new instruments that no one used because my school didn't have a music program. So the program was over. So me and my friends, we decided to rob the school, and we stole all the instruments. We stole everything.
They never found out?
They never found out. So listen, I am sorry. When I'm balling and I'm on, I'm going to give back to the school. But that's the truth. We stole all the instruments. Then second time around, working at the post office, and quit my job, and I saved up like $3 or $4 grand, and I bought all instruments with that. All the instruments.
Yeah. And then how did you start meeting people in the music industry?
I didn't. So I posted a song. So I was in love with this girl at the time. Her name was Chloe. We're actually still friends. I was in love with this girl at the time, and I told her I was gonna make her a song to make her fall in love with me.
Aww.
Yeah, lol.
Lol.
And what happened was, made the song. She was like, "Oh my God, I love the song, but I don't feel the same way." Which I was like, "Fuck you." So I posted the song on SoundCloud. And like 2 weeks later, this guy, Sad Money, came across it, found me, and had his OGs hit me up. And like, they invited me out to North Hollywood. And that's what like my life changed, because now I went from singing songs on SoundCloud to like being with these producers who produce like Justin Bieber, Chris Brown, and all that shit. They gave me a place to stay and the music equipment to work on, and me and Sad Money just made a whole bunch of shit. Like, so much shit. Sad Money produced Missed Calls on my record, and he produced Father Issues with Channel.
Oh wow.
Yeah. He also does all of Sabrina Claudio.
And you did some stuff for her, right?
With him.
How did you find her management?
Through them.
Oh.
I gotta say their names. Shout out Now Atway, shout out Nasri Atway. And Adam Messenger.
Yeah.
They found me management. So the guy you just met, Jerry, I guess Now called him like, "Yo, we have this kid. We want to sign him, but we just don't know what to do with him right now." Because they were doing like straight dead center pop. And sent my stuff to Jerry. Me and Jerry like hit it off. And we've been rocking ever since.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's been like 4 years.
And did you first sign like a writing deal or like a producing deal, or?
I signed a writing deal to writer-producer deal with BMG.
Oh.
It's his major publisher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is that how you wrote for Wale?
Oh.
Wale's
my brother. Shout out Wale.
Was it always a conscious decision that you wanted to write for all these people and have your own project?
No, actually. I really didn't have the intention to be an artist.
Oh.
That kind of came out of nowhere, really. So, to tell you how I made Father, I was going through a lot of things with my family. We weren't close at all. And I was the one being real distant, actually. And my manager was like, "Bro, like, you need to write about the stuff you're going through. Like, talk about these things." You know what I'm saying? And I just spent a weekend and I knocked like 4 of the songs out.
Oh,
4
wow.
of the 7 songs out. And that's how I got the project. And then from there we sat on it for a while. And I had a session with Pharrell and Rich Brian. that Rich Brian Camp set up. Shout out my brother. Shout out 88rising gang shit. And that like led to me playing this song that my homies Josh Lockhart, the roommates, and Michael Uzuru and Jeff Kleiman put together. Shout out Michael Uzuru. He didn't produce on the record, but he put the record together like on some A&R shit, which is crazy. Because it was like destiny. So I'm in the studio, Rich Brian, Pharrell's there, and I sent it to Michael Uzuru like 3 days prior to this. It's Lately is the song I'm talking about. Sent him the song. He's like, for sure, I'm gonna take a crack at it. Then, fast forward, I'm in the studio with these guys. I get a text. He was like, yo, I actually didn't have time. Let me wipe my sweat. I actually didn't have time to produce the record because I've been doing a lot of Frank Ocean stuff. But Jeff Kleiman worked on it. So Jeff is fire as fuck. Jeff Kleiman is so fire. So I was like, tight, you know? I heard the record, and I'm like, holy shit. And Sean, who's 88rising, he's like, what, bro? Because he's always just like, what? Like, what's going on? I'm like, I just got this record back, and it's fire. He was like, who is it for? I was like, it was just one of my records. It's like, play that shit.
Yeah.
So we go into the main studio. We're at Conway. Press play. And everybody in there is just like, holy shit, this song is fire. So Sean's just like, bro, I want to sign you right now.
Wow.
I'm like, what? and my best friend Barney, who wrote the song together, we're looking at each other like, what the fuck? What is this guy talking about? Literally the next day, my manager texts me like, wow, Sean really wants to sign you, bro. He's like, we'll see what happens. I kid you not, I signed to 88rising like a month later.
Wow.
Like, literally like this.
Yeah.
So fast.
Wow, that's so cool. Can you talk about the inspiration behind Funeral?
Okay. So, as you know, Duckworth, my brother. So we were working at Paramount Studios, and the artist we were supposed to work with didn't show up. Me and Barney were like doing some songwriting stuff. And Duckworth comes in super hot, like, I'm like, man, fuck this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and Duckworth's never like that. Duckworth's super, super groovy, like, vibrant guy. And he's telling us the situation. And we're like, bro, fuck that. Like, don't even let that get you down. He was just like, I'm tired of motherfuckers not saying shit to my face. Like, blah, 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 blah. And that's what I just thought about it. I was just like, I got the idea for the song, but I'm scared. And they're like, what do you mean you're scared? I was like, so we should write a song called Funeral. Don't say that at my funeral, say it to me now. And I don't like death. I don't play with death. I don't fuck with that shit. They were just like, man, just make this song. You never know, you never know. So me and Barney wrote the song. And this is like June 6th last year. I remember the exact date because I just saw the file the other day.
I was like, what?
This is late in the process of making this record. We had already turned it in, actually. And we just wrote it out. And it was all because Duckworth really was just like, yo, I'm in a bad place. And then that shit made us all think about our families. It made us all think about our situations. My situation being with my father. Barney's being with his mother. You know what I'm saying? And that's why Duckworth's on the record. You hear him on the record talking shit. Because he was pissed.
Oh.
I don't think anyone knows it's Duckworth.
Yeah.
But Duckworth's on the record saying, like, there's like a little breakdown part where he's basically saying, like, fuck everybody. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which is really, really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How would you say your music has changed since the early songs you wrote?
They've become way more personal. They went from being super, super poppy and just like, I want to hit record, I want to make it smash, I want to make it smash. So like, this is how my life is, and this is what I want people to know me for,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah.
Because people get to really see how I feel, you know?
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to me writing a song where it's just like, writing or producing a song where it's just like, we're about to make a hell of a lot of money. Which is not always a good thing.
Mm-hmm. How would you say you've grown as a person since you were younger?
Become more calm. I understand the way my emotions work more. And that you can't suppress them or compress them, because that just leads to a whole slur of bad shit happening to you. Yeah.
Other than your relationship with your father, what would you say have been your biggest challenges?
Self-awareness. Knowing when it's time for a change in my life. Because I'm such a Capricorn. Once I get stuck in a task,
Yeah.
I kind of like,
I'm also Capricorn.
yeah, I kind of drill at that thing until it's gone.
Yeah. What does love mean to you?
Oh man. Right now I'm so numb. So, nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. I'm so numb. Even if I wanted to be in a relationship, I couldn't be. I'm just too numb right now.
Last question. What do you want to be remembered for?
What do I want to be remembered for? That's a tough ass question.
Yeah.
You know, fire ass music and smart decisions.
I love that. Thank you so much. This is awesome.
You saw that beat?
Yeah. Oh my god. Bye, guys.